Hello everyone, welcome back to Taiko World Cup 2026 as we are back for another very hype match here, and this is definitely going to be the one closer one on the papers here between China versus Australia, the 7th seed versus the 11th seed. Two extremely strong teams here. I would say both teams are also kind of an underdog team, especially these two teams usually not many people expect them to do super well, but they always pull off upsets, and they are just one of the best. They are just one of the best underdogs, dark horse teams ever. And my name is Youngin, and joining me today, I got one of the backers of this week's pool, which is Yasuo. Hello, how are you doing, Yasuo?
Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hello, Youngin. I'm so ready for this match, considering it's losers bracket, and actually seeing one of those teams now leave the tournament after this match. It's going to be so sad, actually, because both teams definitely did so well over the course of the past weekends, and it's going to be interesting who we are going to lose in this match now today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both teams are just super strong HD style for teams here, but we're gonna see Australia banning Hidden One out I'd say low-key memorized map. I'm not kind of surprised to see Australia banning that because they usually play decent subs, but China are phenomenal as practice maps. They are such heavy practice. They have heavy practices in the team, and usually those heavy practices really does well in a lot of the maps here. China gonna have their next ban, and I do believe the ban should be either on the speed maps, which is Nomad 2, DT2, or Hidden 2, which Hidden 2 this time is also kinda a speed map, and it's not really placed like a hidden pick, so I can see them banning that pick as well.
So being 300 BPM, that actually eliminates it pretty quickly. But we are going to see Hidden 2 as ban. That means the entire Hidden pool is gone. We are not going to see Hidden at all this match. But yeah, Hidden 2 makes sense for China. And now awaiting their first pick as well. Seeing Hardrock 1. Ooh.
Yeah, I think expected bans here from China. Kind of unexpected ban from Australia, but maybe they know something that the other they know their players more, and we're gonna see China going for Hard Rock 1, which is usually not the maps that China go for first, but I guess they're gonna go for the highest accuracy oriented pick of the pool, going for OD 9.8 to start things off here. One of the also originals in the Catch World Cup before areas, and mapped by Tatsuki 912, and Tatsuki maps always give you a hard time to act a lot of patterns, a lot of 1/3, 1/6, and also some 1/4 patterns throughout the entire map. Honestly, kinda simple compared to last weekend in terms of snappings, but the overall difficulties and unstable race requirement is a lot higher in that case.
Speaking of task maps, recent weekends showed that, considering task maps were usually banned out first all the time, especially last weekend. So seeing this one now being played is interesting, and I'm excited to see that. We seem to have the players in the lobbies right now.
You have the two Australian duo, Jai and Prosthetic, probably gonna be here for every single map of the pool. I doubt we can see Kubak Bat today, even though maybe he would make an appearance when they are picking maps because his name is very funny.
True.
And the China team, we got the two superstars here, Super SSS, this Triple S guy probably gonna be here on every single pick, one of the highest skill cap player in the entire China. And have KK Negative, pretty heavy practicer as well, and a very good modded players in general, so not surprised to see them in the board, but I'm kind of surprised to see Super SSS on this one, but I guess China just does not have another techy hard rock players on their roster just yet.
You mentioned Super SSS might actually just play every map, and this is going to be his first one. We are starting to get into Hard Rock 1 just now. OD 9.8. Rather short map, only 2 minutes 18 seconds.
Yeah, Super SSS should be on our remap, I agree, but maybe outside of double time. But we'll see on the start of the map. I do believe Australia is going to do pretty decent on this pick as well. They are also not too shabby as a hard rock player, especially these two players are just so strong in most of the map pool calibers. This is not your heavily practiced map, so I'm kind of surprised to see China to first pick this map. 6,000 points all in the lead in favor of Australia here.
I think having a little bit of an accuracy problem at the very beginning is able to build back some accuracy here. But that score lead is now on the side of China. Only 1,000 points right now, but this can grow very fast. Now Jay hitting a few hundreds there. Oh, that first miss from prosthetic side is not good.
And some of the snapping.
The first QI here. A few players hitting a few 100s. Kicking negative, being close to 100% accuracy now. Super SSS breaking.
Oh, but thankfully that miss is traded by Jai's huge misses on that 1-6 burst here. KK being the only person left with an FC, even though on an OD 9 an FC is not as important compared to accuracy. Despite all the misses here, Prosthetic still having the lowest score by quite a distance, and probably two miss lower than everybody else on the board here. And Jay as well also going to be dropping a few more 100s as well, as leaving the Chinese players running away on this pick.
Nobody's going to break on those monos. That's good. But still, the 40,000 point lead now for China is stemming as the map comes to an end now. Final Ki, a few more offbeats, a little more 1/3 there. Prosthetic is not able to hold any of the combo. Missing quite a lot at the end there. And that wraps it up.
Do seem like the speed sessions here, it's with the hard rock mod on, it's kind of giving Prosthetic a little bit of a trouble here. He does make that number of 100s and misses, and of course his combo count is almost very close to that number, but unfortunately that lucky fortune here is not going to help them, as the opponents have only one break in the total on this map, and with a very phenomenal FCs here from KK, it's going to secure the first point here for China. Second map here. Let's see what Australia can be responding next. I honestly expect this pick to be kind of bit more Australia side as well, but I guess they probably gonna go for a bit more of your speedy maps here, looking how the more techy OD stuff has went.
To see Nomad 4 as the first pick from Australia here. Really funky map, funky song. Beautifully put together by Jay's Echo.
A lot of rap on this song. Yeah, it's a bit of a different music style. This map, it's a lot more different compared to the previous slots. We have some very troll sliders, which they are times 2.1 pretty much, and you have to spam them when they hit. This is what we call the score V1 gimmick, even though we are playing in the score V2 tournament, and those slow slider actually makes it a lot harder. However, outside of those slow slider, this is not particularly a SV heavy map. If there are SVs, but the difficulty comes from the snapping changes with the slider velocity, so it kind of plays more like a techy style of a maps, and with that higher skill cap maintained here, which I do believe Australia might just be a bit have less chance here compared to your regular full-out gimmick map. We do have Shokan, or we now as known as Sakura Bar ML for the Chinese team. Another main star here for the Chinese team, I would say definitely the three main players for the Chinese team, but I guess we do have Prosthetic disconnect here. Alright, before the map, he's gonna get on the board. Hopefully things will be fixing soon on his side.
Coming in soon. There we have it. Unfortunate disconnect or crash from Prosthetic side. To be fixed soon. In the meantime, I've heard that a few players talked about that earlier, and also GT mentioned that in the match before. The pool doesn't really feel like semifinals. It's harder and a little bit more on the hard side. Yeah. What do you think about that? As
I would
a
say
map pooler yourself?
As a pooler who is not, I rarely pull this difficulty. However, I do believe this pool is very shift towards techy side, technical side of things. And also on the technical side of things here, I think there's a lot of SV small memorizations here, muscle memorizations for the entire pool. And I think those memorizations here, it's hard for teams that have lowish amount of players. I would say teams that are clearly unbenefit by these Italy and Australia in particular. And I would say those small sections of like memorize like stuff like Free Mod 2 or the DT2 ending or no more force of the spinners in this map or the sliders on this map and some more requirement like height hidden one SV here really does not benefit Australia in this match here. But I would not say this is not your semi-final difficulty pool. I just think it's a very weird pool in general. I think it's hard to perform for a lot of the teams. Like, after all, we are on 2 vs 2 instead of 3 vs 3, so I can't expect this difficulty.
True. The reduced player count probably also plays into that, yeah. And with that little X course, we seem to be ready again. Hopefully, First Static doesn't get a crash again. But we are going to go into Nomad 4 right now.
Hopefully no crash this time, and thankfully no crash for Static. The yellow notes here did not crash his Osu client, and he will be playing Boo Boo Ba Boo 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 Boo. I actually do not know which letter is A, which letter is B from the song title.
Bo 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 Bo, I think, but I could be wrong.
It's just a lot of bow, I guess.
A lot of bow, yeah. Right. Only for Static having a bit of an accuracy problem, below 98%, but recovers quite quickly.
Yeah, this map, just like song title, Boo, there's a lot of sudden jumps on SV, and those sudden jumps of SV here, especially with some of the finishers, are quite troll here. Might jump scare some of the players. Hopefully none of these players get jump scared by the boos of the map, but the real meat, it's gonna be sounding very soon after this slowdown here. We'll be on to very funny snapping change and slider sessions.
There you can see the sliders coming in from the right. Also the funny little spinners in between those make things a little harder. So you have to hit those sliders perfectly fine to be able to get all the scores.
Nobody got jump scared by that ghost spinner over there. And just accuracy battle from that point onward, but not anymore here as Sakura by Emma will be the first one to find the drop here, giving 2,000 lead in favor of Australia, but they still have the accuracy to back them up. China is only right behind Australia's tails, and Australia has to be careful about some of these accuracy drops, especially in this slow session.
Jai just matching Super SSS accuracy, not anymore though, so... But still, Sakura by Emma is still holding on to good accuracy over Prosthetic. Score flickers right now on the side of Australia at this moment. This is going to be close. The map is coming to an end. It's only a quarter map left. And there's only, I think, only one more section that could throw players off quite hard if you're not careful. And then you can see the sliders coming in.
Here we go, Yasuo. Another chain of first speed patterns with the very funny sliders. First one, and Jai finds a break, and that misses huge.
Static as well. Completely falling apart. Australia's team is not able to hold combo in this last KI here. Giving China the break point with this number 4.
burst, literally, they miss on the last 2 burst sessions off the map. After that, it just streams, and China once again with an FC from Super SSS this time, missing on Hard Rock 1, but lucky in the FC this time, and helps China takes the break point off Australia, and the point is gone here for Australia. Pretty good scores here from their team, but unfortunately China, just a phenomenal team here, and you can see the competition of this match is definitely a bit higher than the last match here, where everyone locks in such a high percentage of scores.
Get a funny bug fact in chat. The drum rolls bug. That's a crazy statement.
Crazy statement.
Nevertheless, now China has to pick again, and we are going to see No Mod 1, map by _MTK, known for very difficult maps in this game mode, and so is this one, sitting at just 244 BPM. But this No Mod 1 is definitely something.
It's No Mod 1, but it's not particularly a real No Mod 1. There's a lot of bursts throughout the entire map, and those bursts are quite rough because they are not your friendly bursts, and there are also a lot of offhand patterning through the entire map because, you know, it's mapped by MTK, and you know this map is kind of rough on that side.
Of course. As you know it.
We all knew it. When you play taiko long enough, you ask for someone to map a TNT map or original style of a TNT map, and you ask MTK, and he'll provide one for you. Difficult patterns and a lot of roly patterning as well. And China, it's pretty damn good at these type of skill sets, like these weird I don't want to say bad, but like very funny patterning maps. Like KK, Super SSS, these type of like rolling players, they handle these type of maps so well. They don't have the accuracy to back them up to handle some of the bursts, but it is sure it's good enough to win a match. And especially on a map like this, I don't think we'll be seeing full four-way FC here on both sides. Those bursts and some of the offhand patterns can give a lot of trouble to players. And already, looking at the start of the map, we can already see a lot more weird patterns compared to last weekend No Mod 1.
Funny sums it up pretty well, I would say. So far, that Super SSS miss at the very beginning of the map is not going to do them well. Jay still holding on to that double S here. KK negative also breaking, so that's no more full combo left for China's side here. Jay finally finding a 100, but it's still really good accuracy over KK negative and Super SSS, both holding less accuracy and combo for it matters than Australia's side.
Those are the monobursts I was talking about, and they are painful for us to set play style. Drop a bit of an accuracy, still holds on the full combo, and these offhand patternings and these FD speeds up are so rough here to both read and play here. But both of the Australian players are holding it down, and we do see the recovery from the Chinese team. They are back against, they have chance to take back the point, but they need a miss here from Australia anytime soon. The accuracy is here from KK negative dropping down to prosthetic level. However, there are way more hardest stuff left in the map.
That's an unfortunate miss from Jay there at the very beginning of that one burst. Not a clean miss either, as he drops below 99% accuracy now, giving China the point advantage, and the score lead goes over to China's side. Despite Prosthetic still having that full combo, but that accuracy is just not doing it right now. Even though KK negative missing now, so that's swings it back to serve Australia.
Really good scores here from Super SSS is trying to hold their team together. He steady the ship. They need to help KK negative. Some of these longer patterns is easy to drop some accuracy, as we do see Prosthetic dropping a few more. It's slowly going down to the gap. A 6,000 points difference. We have final speed section, a hard pattern, and Prosthetic catches off on the hard pattern, and that might be it. That final hard patterning. That very disgusting patterning. Claims for Celtics FC, and that misses here with the low accuracy here. It's gonna destroy Australia, and lead swings back to China instantly. And unfortunately, the difficulty title death. That pattern is a death sentence for Australia.
This always happened at the very end of the map. They were just almost there. And then it was taken away again by a few misses from Prosthetic. Also, fun fact, kick connected.
Yeah, he kind of missed on nothing there. Unfortunately here for KK. We'll see what Australia gonna take next though, and with how many hack maps in the no mod pool, I do believe Australia is most likely gonna be staying away on some of those like no mod maps here. Map which I roll heavy. I can see Australia go for something like a speed, no mod 3. I can see them do well. I can also see them going for Hard Rock 2. Or if they want to feel a bit more risky here, they can go for all the 3 mods. But I guess they're gonna go for DT1. Okay. Alright. DT1 this weekend, double time 1 map by Undead Alice. There's a lot of hard stuff in this map. Many bursts. Instead of like 1x burst compared to last weekend, this weekend is a lot less comfy in terms of those rolling 1x bursts here. It's not a 440 BPM speed map. There's a lot of S3 offhand patterning, doublets for the entire map. And yeah, those hard patterning through the entire map could be rough for some of these players here, but China is gonna bring in a big gun when it comes to hard maps. This is one of the hardest maps in the entire pool. We do have Michael ONL on the board here. Technically a player living in Macau, but he has been a Chinese player for the longest time, and he plays these hard skill cap maps very well. He can even play 9 stars.
This is not quite the 9-star, but still going to perform really well in this one, I believe. One of the longest maps in the pool. Yeah, we are starting to see double time 1 unfold now. Super SSS, quite the low accuracy at the very start of the map. So definitely need to recover there.
Yeah, the Chinese players, when I see Super SSS is playing, I think they just don't have good accuracy at all. But they will be going for the FC play here, which the sheer difficulty of this map can definitely help for China. Usually, Super SSS is not known for these like high unstable rate map, especially at double time. He always avoids them, and that's why when everybody is FCing, he will probably do the worst, but I do believe Jai here drops a lot more accuracy on that side here and dipping down the lows to Super SSS level, and that gives back China the lead.
I think holding the biggest accuracy right now in the lobby, but due to Jay just not being able to get above 97% accuracy, China's got the score lead right now. It's not a lot, and it flicks over, but this is going to be interesting as the map progresses. Only halfway through the map now. A little break now, so they see the scores. See, oh, we might need to adjust our accuracy in the second half of the map.
Yeah, very close accuracy right between Michael and Frostastic here, and also very close scores between Jai and Super SSS. The difference are just that one miss. However, in the second part of the map, we're gonna be seeing some this fight. We see the start of the map. Less time to fight too. We are building up. Let's hold this Yasuo all into the final part of the map, and now here comes a more even denser part. Some more offhands.
We see just before the KI, one player of the Australian team didn't hit a finisher fully, so that swung the score just back to China. As it stands, it still goes that way for China right now. Nobody missing on that mono. Looking good so far.
Oh, it's so close. It's down 2,000
It's
points.
so close.
Accuracy dropping here from Jai at the end of the pattern. They hold it in, but the combo, but the accuracy are just not there. Oh my god, Michael! Oh my god, he dropped so many accuracy in the final SV. It's almost bringing it back to Australia. 2 FCs from the Australian team is not enough to take this one.
1.4 thousand points for China to win this 1 point. Another breakpoint for China on this side. Leaving Australia in a little bit of a rough spot, despite 2 really decent full combos here. So that gives the pick back to China once again.
Yeah,
the pressure is just increasing for Australia at this point.
I can see why they decided to go for that pick. Like, I know high skill cap is usually not like Australia's like best point, but when it involves with like even higher accuracy and they have 2 FCs, they almost managed to take it. But I'm kind of surprised to see they actually the team with the lower accuracy, not China team. And I think that probably surprised Australia as well. And that's gonna be China taking that break point. And now China also has gonna be having the next pick, and there's an entire Nomad pool they can select from outside of like Nomad 3. I think all the Nomad picks are very good for China.
Agree that. But we are going to see Hard Rock 2 picked from China. Jay not being happy with that, it seems.
Yeah, he's not a hard rock player usually, and he usually avoids playing the Expedia hard rock, but he's still pretty good at those skill sets, and especially this weekend hard rock 2 is not exactly a super speedy hard rock. It kind of plays like a hard rock 1 with higher BPM. So China probably does not have Minato playing this one, which is usually he will be the one who absolutely eats these maps apart. But because of how tacky the map is, Minato is probably not going to be playing. Super SS is probably going to be staying in the lobby.
Yeah, very likely, I agree. As you mentioned, yeah, it's not really that fast for Hard Rock 2. This is going to be interesting regardless, because Australia is actually able to play that well, I would believe.
Pullback fact, these things. Well, it's probably Jai's actual mind, not Pullback's fact's mind now.
This is a bug that stinks. Oh no. Yeah, but we see Super SSS leaving the lobby now. Maybe just for a second, or maybe to swap with another player. We'll see shortly.
Last minute swap? I guess we're probably gonna be seeing Minato then.
Minato.
Okay. This, like I mentioned, this map does not plays like your regular Hard Rock 2. Some of the 1-6, especially towards the end of the map with his speed up, may give Minato a little bit of a trouble, but I do believe he handled 1-6 a lot better than most of your single tap abuse fast Hard Rock players. And I can see him still do well on most of the entire map here, but especially up against Jai, who is not a Hard Rock player in this case. Froststatic originally also not a hard rock player, but he used around a month to train, and he's so much stronger in the skill sets now. So I think all eyes are actually on Jai on this map.
Absolutely. We see a few accuracy misses from the top side of the match right now. But it's still the beginning of the map. First Ki really starting to ramp up now. Minato still holding on to the double S. Never mind, he's not.
Oh my god, he's being a hard rock player. The slow part is the hardest part.
It is, yeah.
Slow down in SV means I will drop accuracy, but that accuracy is still enough to hold their team because they do have KK here with the best accuracy so far. Really trained the hard rock skill sets here for the Chinese team. He has been working on this skill sets around since last year. And he's really showing it to prove that 2v2 with KK now practice hard rock. They are so much stronger in their skill sets here.
What Australia needs right here is a miss from China at any point of the map very soon, or otherwise it's not going to work out. We see a miss from Jay, which is quite unlucky, another one. Not being able to hold combo here, but KK negative as well. Trading a break there, but accuracy still holding on strong. And KK negative compared to Jay at this point.
The 1-6 will start popping in here for the last part of the map. Like I mentioned, it's not your regular hard rock 2. There are a lot more snapping changes throughout the entire map. We'll see can Minato hold on because I know 1-6 is not usually his strongest forte here. But these 1-6 are still kind of forgiving compared to your other 1-6 in the map. KK will be the person to drop instead.
Prosthetic, together with Minato, actually full comboing the map. This is not looking good for Australia. It's their pick now, so they have one more chance, and they're going with Nomad 3. 300 BPM. Ultimate destruction. Ultimate end. Not by Jarvis Gaming. Great background, by the way. Good choice.
Dude, that's your average Jarvis background. Suddenly puts in a lot of fire and yeah. Whatever thing he can find on
Explode.
On Google. Of course. Love or hate, do we got a Jarvis background? As usual, I won't say it's as usual. I guess it's the first time we actually see this kind of background in PWC. But he kind of does this a lot. And you know, when we get Jarvis, he is a pitch mapper. He is not your regular drum or bass mapper. Compared to the other Nomad 3 so far, it's actually really similar to AABC's first weekend, round 32 or the group stage. Nomad 3 here is a pitch mapping hard rock Nomad 3. That means the pattern is a lot harder in that sense, but I would say this map at least is a lot more player friendly compared to the group stage. Nomad 3 is still some of hard patterns to thwart and stuff like that, but at least it's more friendly. There does not have any patterns that you have to single tap K like 5 times or something. And also, there's 1-6 in this map, and the 1-6 burst could be a huge choke point to teams.
They silently hope that they ruin your pick'ems. What about that?
I have China win. I'm sorry, die.
Oh no. Last hopes and dreams destroyed.
You have to win to ruin my pick'em. I do believe they got the chance to win this though.
They have, yeah. But you mentioned that it's player friendly. I fully agree. But on the other side, it's 300 BPM for 3 minutes, almost 30 seconds long. So this is quite a long map.
It's only slightly bit player friendly. Just like definitely not compared to the last round Nomad 3, but compared to the ABC group stage Nomad 3, it's definitely slightly bit more friendlier but still, there's a lot of hard patterns, a lot more offhand in this map compared to all the other Nomad 3 so far, and so much harder than last weekend. And Prosthetic does show that he's one of the best speed player still so far in the entire tournament, holding the best accuracy here. Works with SSS, tying right against him. Michael dropping loads of accuracy, but
Jay missing though.
Yeah, that misses quite big for Jai.
Prosthetic as well, Super SSS as well, trading with Prosthetic, but that Super SSS accuracy is just... It's up there. It's definitely up there. Compared to every other player in the lobby right now.
Fortunate case here for Prosthetic here, missing a lot in that chain. Gives that score lead to China. Michael still holds on to the FC, asks this guy to FC, and he does it for you. But we are still far from over. We still have around 50% of the map left, especially second half. That's a lot denser. Here we go.
Second half is where it goes down. And Australia needs a miss from China. At least one, maybe two, maybe four. But this needs a miss right now to have any chance for Australia.
Nobody missing on those doublets, and offbeats here holding good. But like I mentioned, we do have the second part of the map. Got even denser stuff throughout the entire map. I would say kind of same level of patterning, but these patterns could be a bit tricky here. And the first one being trip up will be Super SSS.
Missing again that very dense KI.
Slowly going back to Australia. Those double 160 are giving a bit of an accuracy drop for both Michael and Super SSS.
This can get really close at the end. Just hold on to combo, Australia. You need it. And Michael needs to miss.
Oh, but that miss. That miss from Giant might seal the deal. Super SSS does drop, but Giant running out of stamina, missing again, and that's probably gonna be it. Super SSS does trade one break back, but unfortunately, stamina has run out, and that is gonna be an automatic end here for the Australians. They upset a lot of teams this tournament, even 2 points off the Japanese team, but their run has been cut by the Chinese side, the Chinese soldier, the Chinese super team, and they are here once again, showing that they are just the best underdog team in this entire tournament. GG, well played.
GG, well played to both teams. Michael with a great score at the end here. Unfortunately, not enough for Australia. It's quite unfortunate to see the team leave now, as you said already, they had a great run in this tournament. And unfortunately, we also see the second match of this weekend being the second sweep. So, yeah. Exciting stuff so far.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that this match also ended up as sweep. I do originally have Australia winning, but after I saw the map pool, I swapped it to China, because I think this map pool is just so rough for two-player team to handle, and especially the non-annoying maps are mostly high skill cap mechanics, and I think like stamina stuff, I don't think Australia has much of a strong pick here when it comes to those skill sets. And I just but I guess that's what happens here when you have a lot of players unfortunately for getting signed for your team here, and China proving they are just a stronger route team, white team roster. Still haven't seen Formless play any single map yet, but I do believe he's probably still hiding it in here for probably some of the even more difficult maps of the pool. Thanks for casting with me though, Yasuo.
Absolutely. Yeah. One last thing to mention, go buy banners to support your team. Even if they are not in the tournament anymore, you can still buy their banners. Also do pick'ems as they close 1 hour before each match. You still have USA, Finland, Italy against UK, and Chile versus Brazil. Right now on the screen that you can do your pick'ems for. But other than that, I think we're done. We're through.
Yeah, we have the super team match up next here, Japan versus Korea. And right after that, we will have USA, United States of America versus Finland. The first match is very big because it's Japan and Korea, always your top two battle, and they'll be facing up on the semi-finals weekend, usually where Korea has chance to take down the Japanese. Will be the story though. We'll see you guys in around 80 minutes between Japan and Korea.
Stay tuned.